Hello, it's Phillip Taylor from Richmond Green Chambers. I'm talking about a business book which is from Kogan Page. It's the essential guide to workplace mediation and conflict resolution. It's an important book because obviously it covers those aspects of human resources, as it's now called, and also of course employment law for people like myself. I've given this review a title. I've called it Excellent Approaches to Mediation in Diversity, because obviously the whole issue of diversity, the current prospects for equality legislation and so forth, all mean that we have to be very well aware of the difficulties of conflict and to follow the current thinking of the judiciary about alternative dispute resolution rather than going to court on every minor occasion. The two authors, Nora Doherty and Marcelas Guyler, have produced, I think, a very good book. It's an excellent guide to modern mediation techniques, which we, of course, at the bar are very encouraged to look at. Their analytical review of dispute resolution has direct significance, of course, to our need for stronger policies on diversity in the modern workplace today. And the book, therefore, is clearly a practical approach on how to deal with the confrontational aspects of challenging behaviour in modern businesses without resorting to the courts at first instance. And it's got Rebuilding Working Relationships as a subtitle, which I think is very helpful. It's a common sense book for both the business professional and the lawyer advisor prior to the litigation process. And it's great for reflective practice, in my view, on how to respond to conflict in most working environments. The work's also ideal for CPD, that's continuous professional development, giving sensible solutions to workplace disputes at all levels of the workforce. The guide also gives advice concerning why conflicts arise in the first place and the methods of dispute resolution, how mediation can be developed in the workplace, and things like team mediation and group dynamics, many of which you'd have had when you've been on training courses with your own businesses. However, be prepared for a bit of jargon and language, because we do see educational research and human resources speak creeping into this book. It's inevitable, I'm afraid, but to be fair, Doherty and Guyler, I assume it's Doherty or Doherty and Guyler, use it sparingly as possible with their case studies, which I found most helpful throughout the 15 chapters. So, as I say, it's an essential guide. I think it's something you should have in your workplace, and it's useful, of course, for the trainer who needs to anticipate and to preempt situations and incidents. That would, of course, include line managers. It attempts to offer, in my view, advice to diffuse conflict in all its shapes and sizes, and it's got an appeal across business structures for all workers in our current society, which of course is changing dramatically with the economic downturn. It's also free of, you'll be pleased to hear, lawyer speak. No footnotes, no cases, and therefore it'll be interesting to see whether modern solicitors would follow this book up a bit, and I think they probably ought to. It's certainly good for the citizen advisor and the unhappy client, possibly, who's always going to want his day in court anyway. So in reality, this essential guide is a guide to survival by mediation, where behaviour has become the ultimate challenge itself, and not just for the boss, but for all colleagues. It's well worth getting, and I can say that as a manager as well as a barrister, and it gives you some good common sense stuff, so do get it. Thanks very much. Bye bye.